again today. If you guys saw my previous video, when I flew Southwest in the end of June from Tampa to Omaha, I got tons of hits on that video of flying during the pandemic. So now it's 3 months later, it's the beginning of October, and I'm flying from Tampa to Wisconsin. So I'm going to document my time again flying Southwest. Southwest says they were going to stop doing the open middle seats the end of, I think it was like September, August or something, but now they're keeping middle seats open through the end of November. So that's awesome because I also have to fly to Omaha again in November. So we are going to document the trip through the Tampa Airport, see if anything's changed, you know, if it's any busier. The last time I flew out the end of June, the airport was pretty dead. There was only like 4 levels of the economy parking that was open. So there really wasn't that many people flying. The last time I flew, I did not get the early bird check-in, and I opted to not do the early bird check-in as well for today, because since, you know, the plane's at like, I guess that'd be like maybe 75% occupancy or something, since they're keeping the middle seats open, I just don't really think it's necessary to pay and spend the extra money, you know, the $25, so that's like $50 each way, to do the check-in, because it doesn't really matter since middle seats are open. You know, you're gonna find like a decent spot in the plane. Plus, this is a direct flight, thank goodness. It's only like 2.5 hours from Tampa to Wisconsin, where when I fly to Omaha, I always have a layover, so then you have to, you know, do the lineup again, which stinks. This one's just a straight shot. So we are going to document flying out of Tampa Airport to Wisconsin. We still have the mask mandates going on here in the state of Florida. However, like I said, this is October 2nd, 2020, and Florida just reopened the whole state not that long ago. It was like literally just over the weekend. They opened up again to full capacity to restaurants, events, theaters, schools. You know, the kids are back in school, and that's fun. Not really, thank goodness I don't have kids, so I don't have to worry about that. And my company, I own my own business, and we've been working from home ever since. We're not going to go back into the office probably ever. But anyway, I'm going to stop recording now as I get closer to the airport, but you can see some of the beautiful Florida beaches and palm trees. And like I said, it's October 2nd. It's 86 degrees here in Florida, and we're going to be going to a chilly 40, high of 40 in Wisconsin. So we will see you on the other side. Alright, so now here we are in the lane waiting to pull up to economy. This is a lot more traffic than the last time. There's a ton of traffic in the cell phone lot and a ton of traffic just period. You've got to be freaking kidding me. I'm just going, screw this. This is ridiculous. I cannot believe that it is taking this long to get through here. Oh, and now it says all the parking is closed. That's what it said the last time. Literally, the last time we came here, it said every single parking thing was closed.
Please touch screen for ticket.
Alright, we got our ticket. Now, let's see, I don't know why it says on the first one that they're all closed, because then the second one, it's level 2, it's like level 3, so they still only have 3 levels open. So we are just gonna go to level 3 because I don't want to hunt down those last 20 parking spots. This will be much easier. But yeah, that's interesting. So we have literally, like 6-7 levels of parking here that are open on both sides, and they're still only having 3 levels on one side open. So let's see if we can try to get something closer to the elevators. So still not at full capacity, that's for sure. So I parked in the orange level of the garage. As you can see, there wasn't anybody else in the elevator. Not that many people on the walkway to the tram to take it over to the self-check-in. I really like this tram system that they have set up at Tampa Airport now. It's only been in there I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 months, but it makes it really fast to park your car in economy and take it over to the terminal. And it does go fast, even though this is in hyper speed. I bet you that thing goes 60 miles an hour. So now you can see that there are some people on the tram, a few in the terminal, but when you get down to Southwest to check in, there's nobody there. Just a few people. I was actually really surprised that Tampa Airport was more dead this time flying out in October than it was flying out at the end of June. There was actually more people, at least in the Southwest terminal. Now, that little kiosk you saw me zoom through, that's new as well. So instead of having a person there, you just scan your pass and it lets you through. Then we go through security here. Once again, nobody there. It was me and that one old lady, and that's it. Then at security, you actually have a new thing now where you put in your ID and you don't even show them your pass. Nobody in security came through to meet my friend, have a beer before our flight left at the Rumfish Grill. FYI, don't order the chicken sandwich at Rumfish. It took 20 minutes for it to cook, and it almost made me late for my plane. I couldn't believe it took 20 minutes to cook a freaking chicken sandwich. So I'm sitting here waiting forever, finishing my beer, trying to get my chicken sandwich to go on the plane. But there was just nobody in Tampa Airport at all. All the TSA security people were just sitting around shooting the shit because there was just nothing to do. Also, half the places are closed down as well. Starbucks, you might see over here to the left really quick, that was closed. I finally get on the plane. I was actually the last one. Now you can see here that even though we checked in late, there's my friend, and we're literally right up front. So you definitely don't need to do early bird check-in. Now this is us actually leaving Wisconsin and going back. So Wisconsin was also dead. There wasn't anybody in Wisconsin at all. We rented a car, so we dropped that off, and then we went to go check in. And once again, there's not much open in the Wisconsin airport either. Starbucks wasn't open. A lot of the shops weren't open. There was hardly anybody there. We got there way too early because our other friend had a flight earlier than ours. I mean, literally, you don't even need an hour in the airport now. From the time that I parked my car in Tampa, took the tram, went and checked in, I still had a half hour left. But this is in the Wisconsin airport, and as we go down to check in, you'll see that is just a ghost town. There's nobody. There's a few people, but not much. Not much at all. Now, our friend came in. She had a layover in South Carolina. It's just that was busier. But as you can see here, there's nobody in line. I have a problem using the kiosk. For some reason, it's not scanning my barcode now. But on Southwest, the flights and everything were pleasant. Once again, the middle seats are still open, which is really nice. I think our flights each way were maybe half or 70% full, Didn't check in or do early bird on either one. On the second flight coming out of Wisconsin, we checked in on time, and I think I got like B3 and she got like B7. So once again, I wouldn't pay for early bird check-in right now because, well, you just don't really need it. You know, why waste that extra $50 when middle seats are going to be open through the end of November? I just don't really think you need to, spend your money on it. Um, but we drop off our bags, we go back up, get some hand sanitizer, wear our lovely masks forever. Southwest did say something about like they're not allowing you to use a like a handkerchief. You know how some people are like just tying that around their face or just using like a cloth thing, that you have to have an actual mask and not a cloth one. I didn't really see anybody wearing cloth ones, but they made that announcement in Tampa that you do have to have a regular type of mask, and if you had a face shield, you couldn't just wear the face shield, you had to wear a mask under the face shield. I had some custom ones made for my company, so I use those. I actually got them at Vista Print. They're pretty cool for $20 each. So now we're going through TSA in Milwaukee, and once again, nobody is in line. I have my TSA pre-check, so I decided to go down that aisle anyway, just because I didn't want to take my shoes off and my hat off and stuff like that. But there was nobody. Literally nobody in line. So both airports, we never had anyone in line to check in. It's so fast, it's so smooth. I mean, honestly, this is really a good time to fly because if you don't like people and you don't like the busyness of it, like I said, I've flown twice now. The first one was to Omaha, layover Chicago, and then now Wisconsin. No problems, really easy. There's a few people now coming through TSA, but you can see over to the left, when I walk over there, there's just a bunch of TSA agents just hanging out because I suppose they have to have them on duty. Now you see that place is closed. As we get into the terminal, more places are closed. So one thing, Starbucks was closed in Tampa, Starbucks was closed in Wisconsin. So definitely if you want coffee, I would get your coffee before you leave or get to the airport. It's like, I guess maybe, the stores, they leave it up to the owners if you want to open or not, because if there's not enough people to, pay having the lights on and employees there, it just doesn't make sense since the airports are so dead. It's really creepy and bizarre to see airports. This is the slowest I've ever seen airports, and I've been flying since I was 2 years old. So you see Starbucks over there is closed. Cousin Subs is closed. That little place to get some cheese heads was open. But as you're looking around and you're seeing people waiting, it's just hardly anybody. It's nice and slow and easy. So it's interesting. 3 months later than flying in June. I really thought June would have less people than October, but who knows? Maybe it's because school's back in session. I really don't know. But like I said, I have to fly again in November to go back to Omaha, so that's going to be in a month. And we will GoPro that one as well. Keep you up to date to see what's going on in the airports. Chili's was open. Other place to the right was closed. Wine bar was closed. Could have been because it was like 11 o'clock in the morning. But the other place to the left was closed. There was a little pizza place open to the right. But when you come to our gate, literally nobody. No one is there. And we were a little early, but still. Normally, airports are packed. So there's the people getting off the plane. It did take a little while, maybe an extra 10 minutes for them to go and clean and sanitize. Now we're getting ready to line up to get on the plane. And they're doing the thing again where they won't let you stand in line until they let you. So they only let groups of 10 now line up on the left, socially distanced, to the left side of the poles. And they want you to stay seated until
they call up your 10 spots, which is just kind of ridiculous. It goes really fast though because, it's like maybe 60 to 70% of the plane. So it is a much faster boarding time. Um, so that's nice. Now we had like B3, but we ended up being in the back of the B line because whatever, it's not that big of a deal. So on this flight, we didn't get right up front like we did the last flight. This one, we kind of had to go all the way to the back because everybody is spread out. And then, of course, there was two of us. But it wasn't that big of a difference because, we didn't have a layover. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this documentary of flying during COVID.